Hello there guys, welcome back to another monthly favorites video, this time for the month of March, and it was a little bit of a different thing. I wanted to try something a little spicier this time around. So this is actually being streamed live on my Twitch, twitch.tv/CaptainDestas, go follow it if you haven't already. And yeah, I just thought it makes more sense for me to kind of do these live and make it a little bit more interactive. For example, I can read chat right now. Let's see what the last thing said. Start laying face down and flip summon the blue eyes. And farts. We get farts, baby. Worth it. So, you know, we're probably gonna get bombarded with a bunch of fart sounds and a bunch of fucking nonsense.
Yo,
like this. You know what? I don't care. That's part of the experience you guys are missing out on if you're not following me on Twitch. So, I'm gonna try to get this done.
That was terrible.
As fast as possible so that we can avoid as much as that. I'm gonna get annoyed. It's gonna happen.
Don't mind if
but let's go. This is gonna be a chaotic nightmare of a fucking mess, but let's do it. Starting off with movies, I played on Discord for you guys. Hot Liquid. Yeah. Wow, what a great video. This is going so good so far. All right, maybe that'll work.
Hello.
I got rid of you. Why? Hello, it's me. This is still the same video. It has not shifted or moved at all because my chat was being rowdy and ruined the entire first take. That didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, yeah, so I was talking about the Pagemaster and how this is not the poster for the Pagemaster at all. I got the wrong one. Like, what is going on here? There's so much shit. There's so much shit. Why is Godzilla in the corner? I don't know. But, yeah, no, The Pagemaster is a terrific movie. We watched it on Discord, all of us together, and it was a hootenanny of a time. I really enjoy this movie. In fact, I made a video about the most underrated movies, in my opinion, of all time, and The Pagemaster was #1. So, I'm glad that I was able to show at least some of you guys that have never seen it a little bit more of this movie because it's amazing. But moving on, another movie that I watched was Fern Gully, which similarly... I've had a really hard time saying the word similarly this whole month. I've actually, I kid you not, I've sat in the car alone and said similarly by myself just so that I could get it right. I swear to God, I've been doing that. I can't say similarly. Similarly, that's good, right? All right, similarly, Fern Gully is a movie that was released in the 90s, I believe, I think, and it is just a beautiful movie. Honestly, like watching back Pagemaster and Fern Gully, it's really hard to differentiate which one I like more because on one hand, like you got the dopest soundtrack in Fern Gully, you got fucking Robin Williams in this movie, man, and then Tim Curry as the villain who's like this sort of like homosexual like oozy swamp guy. Doesn't that sound sick? Please say yes. Validate me, god damn it. Can I deny that? I know. It's so good. It's so freaking good. Yeah, we've been watching just a titload of 90s movies. And on that trend, in addition to Fern Gully, we also watched Little Nemo. Now, I will say with this one, I unfortunately had to go to the grocery store in the middle of putting this on Discord. So I probably watched like the first 10 minutes and the last 10 minutes. I have no idea what was going on. But when I came back... I was trying to have people explain to me what was happening in this movie, and they're like, oh yeah, so like basically Little Nemo and his sister are like defeating this demon guy, and then at the end, Little Nemo kisses his sister, and I'm like, oh, totally, like they actually like full on kiss, and I'm like, okay, well then, oh no, Step Nemo. Yeah, it was a little bit incesty, but you know. Not Wincest. No Wincest here. And like, so every time I do a Discord movie night, I will usually have you guys vote on whichever movie we watch. I was very surprised when I had like my poll of movies to watch that everyone was voting for Little Nemo because it's a relatively unknown movie. Only for me to realize, like, as I put the poll up, I'm like, oh my god, these dumb motherfuckers think that we're watching Finding Nemo. And to confirm my suspicions, when I started the movie, at least 3 people in my chat in the Discord were like, hey, what this isn't Finding Nemo, and I fucking lost it. I was fucking mad. And I gave everyone a new role on my Discord, which is the poop head role. If you do anything that makes you a poop head, you're getting the poop head role. I'm sorry to say. It's going to happen. Did they find Nemo? Fuck off. All right, continuing from Little Nemo, I also watched Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 13. We do not watch Ocean's 12 in this household. I don't like Ocean's 12. It's not good. No one can convince me that the middle Ocean's movie is good. But at least Ocean's 11 and Ocean's 13 are really fantastic in my mind. I don't know if any of you guys enjoy the Ocean's movies, but they're really good. Like, apparently they have like a bad rap now. Like, people have a problem with these movies. I'm not sure what it is, but I really enjoy them. They're silly and funky, and they're all about heisty stuff in it. There is 0 oceans in the entire movie. What a scam. That comment is almost as dumb as Vic's comment where she said, what about the first 10 Oceans movies? And I just looked at her like, what? Okay. So yeah, we watched those two. Also, I watched the movie The Illusionist. I didn't say it was a joke. I think you were being dead serious, but I still looked at you like, are you kidding me? Yeah. I also watched The Illusionist, which this is a really interesting movie, but it's also interesting in the fact that, when A Bug's Life came out and Ants also came out like the same year, and it was just really weird because there were 2 movies about bugs in the same fucking year. So The Illusionist came out in the same year that another movie about magic came out, which is The Prestige, and also a movie that I watched this month. It seems like every time I watch The Illusionist or The Prestige, I have to watch them like right back to back next to each other. And I will talk about The Illusionist a tiny bit. It's good. It's not nearly as good as The Prestige, but The Illusionist is still pretty darn good. Sorry, I had to burp. I had a huge crush on Jessica Biel for no reason. I don't know why. Definitely not because of the scene in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. Definitely not. But I really liked her as an actress, and I of course love Edward Norton. So like, they have like a very star-studded cast, but I think it's just the pacing of the movie is a little slow, and the payoff, if you want to call it that, it's like it's just But when it comes to awesome payoffs and a terrific score, a terrific like screenplay, everything, The Prestige is amazing. It was one of Christopher Nolan's, I think, first film, not his first films, but it was one of his first films that he made where like just shit is fucking crazy. And like, he's known for doing those kind of movies like Interstellar. What was the other fucking one that he did? Well, that was the main one I'm thinking of. He also was in charge of like the whole Batman series that happened, like the Dark Knight franchise. But The Prestige is really great, and if you haven't seen it, definitely highly recommend it. A cameo that happens in this movie is David Bowie, and unfortunately, not like his role in The Labyrinth, you can't see his amazing package, sadly. But it's still a fantastic movie. Highly recommend it. And moving on to more movies that I watched this month, I also watched Airheads, which is a Brendan Fraser movie from the 90s also, I believe. And this is the movie that he's in with Adam Sandler, as well as Steve Buscemi. And I think at this point, it's like a yearly rewatch, or at least an every other year rewatch. Sometimes I'll just put it on to fall asleep to, but one of my friends had not seen Airheads, and I'm like, okay, you're coming over, we're watching Airheads, and it was a great time. But yeah, Brendan Fraser, man, is so hot in this movie. Like, just imagine Brendan Fraser. I mean, you don't have to imagine. You can see literally on the screen right now. But Brendan Fraser as a rocker, and he's shirtless in some of the scenes, dude. Oh, so hot, bro. I might be a little gay. Don't worry about it. So moving on to shows, though. This month we continued the show The Walking Dead, and I chose this screenshot for a couple reasons, actually. One, why is Negan's ass so fucking small? He has a negative ass. I have never seen such a Hank Hill negative ass in my life. What is that? Where is your cake, Negan? It's terrible, dude. But also, yeah, we got to season 7, and this is generally where I stop watching the show. He had the squirts that day. I don't think having the squirts affects the size of your ass. I wonder if anyone believes that your poop, like your poop is stored in your cheeks. The bigger your ass cheeks are, the more you have to poop, dude. Kim Kardashian constantly has to take the biggest dump. Oh God. But no, I usually stop watching the show at around season 7 because the writing just goes way the fuck downhill. It's so annoying, like later on in the series. I really hate it. One thing that's been helping me kind of get through the slog of season 7 is like imagining that it's a different show entirely, where I'm not, super invested into the characters that were established in seasons 1 and 2, because those seasons 1 and 2 are like my favorite thing. I love seasons 1 and 2. Like, if I were to rate things, seasons 1 and 2 for me are probably 9.5. Season 7's like a 6. So, take that as you will, I suppose. Like, if you are not sure whether or not you want to get into The Walking Dead, I think the best few seasons are seasons 1 through 4. And if you really like seasons 1 through 4, you might keep going on after that, but there's a chance, like me, that you're going to watch season 7 and you're just going to want to die. It's terrible. So take that as you will. I didn't mention this in my my monthly favorites, putting this together, but I've also been continuing Fear the Walking Dead. I think we're on season 3 now. Which is okay. We call it The Walking Nick because Nick's the best character and he's really hot, and any more shirtless scenes of him I will take gladly. Why am I so gay today? What's happening? Am I okay? Also, I kept watching last month Parks and Rec, finally finished all the way through 7 seasons of this. And unlike The Walking Dead, Parks and Rec is very good all the way from seasons 2 all the way to 7. 1's okay. But man, what a great show. I watch this every fucking year and absolutely love it. Probably my favorite comedy show of all time. Moving on, what else we got? We also have The Last of Us, which I just finished watching the season's finale a week ago, I believe, because I've been watching with Tay, and every time that I want to watch it, I have to wait for Tay to come over. But yeah, The Last of Us, absolutely fantastic show. I was obviously skeptical going into it because I didn't know how well it was going to translate from the video game to an actual live adaptation, and it is really, really dang good. I don't know, there are some people that I know that are that really love zombie shows and even love The Last of Us as a game that haven't watched the show, and I'm not sure why. I keep being like, dude, I'm telling you, it's actually good. You got to do it. And some people are holding out. So if you're holding out watching it, and you're one of those people that are waiting for the hype to die down or whatever, take my word on it. Just do it. Don't stop being a little bitch. Don't be a fucking hipster like me when it comes to watching Inception and stuff. Okay. I waited forever to watch that. It's actually damn good, okay? So, yeah. So, moving on to music. For the last couple of months that I've been doing these videos, anytime that I want to bring up music, I haven't really been able to, A, show you guys the songs that I'm talking about, and also, B, I really haven't been listening or exploring new music. I've really just been kind of going back to the stuff that I listen to and everything over and over again. But last month I actually tried to do a little bit more exploratory listening and actually pick up new albums and all that stuff. So I have 2 songs that I wanted to show you guys, and since this is live on twitch.tv/CaptainDesdes, I will actually be able to show you guys because YouTube hasn't yet copyright stricken this. So yeah, the first song is called Tonight by Phoenix. Phoenix made a new album called Alpha Zulu in 2022, and this is one of the best songs, I think. So we're just gonna kind of like, I'm gonna play like probably 10 seconds of this because it's so good. Phoenix is so good. They do no wrong, honestly. I really, like, if I was a band, I would want to make a band like Phoenix because it's just so good. Except, I don't know if Chase is still here. When are we making a band, bitch? But yes, very good. There you are. Chase just goes in chat. Fuck you. Yeah, no, fantastic album though. I was relating to this with Vic a couple of days ago. Do you ever like listen to an artist and you feel like a sense of like attachment with that artist and like certain albums, and then when a new album comes out, you compare their new albums to their old shit, and in a weird sense you're like, it's not as good, blah 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 blah. Like, I do that shit all the time, and I've been really trying to just kind of take an album as like a, I've never heard this artist before, what does this sound like? Does that make sense? Hopefully. So yeah, I've been just trying to like keep more of an open mind instead of like comparing it to older works. But every time I listen to Death Cab, yeah, exactly. Death Cab is a great example because like the Plans album of Death Cab is like so goddamn good, and now every time they make a new album, I'm constantly comparing it to that. But like, if you really take it as just its own thing, if I heard it on the radio and had never heard a Death Cab for Cutie song in my life, would I be like, ooh, what's this? And the answer is always yes. It's just once you compare it to older works of that same artist, that's when you kind of get a little bit more like, yeah. But I'm glad that you guys are following me and understand what I mean. But yeah, Phoenix could do no wrong. This whole album is a banger. And finally, the last song that I want to talk about a little bit is called Saturday Night by Pure Bathing Culture. Pure Bathing Culture is a Portland local band, but they've kind of gotten big over the years, and I really love them. I've gone to several of their shows live, and they made a new album, I think in 2022, and a couple of the songs are actually featuring Ben Gibbard, which is my favorite singer, and from Death Cab for Cutie, as we were just talking about. So this is one of the songs, and it's just been stuck in my head for days now. So I'll play a little bit of this one as well. She'll love me all the way. Oh, Ben. Seduce me. Saturday night. So good. Yeah, yeah. I love it. It's just so groovy. Like, you can do anything in this music. You could take on 1,000 foes to that music. You could sleep to that music. You could bang to that music. You could do anything. I love it. So, yeah, that's Pure Bathing Culture. If you guys liked that, definitely go check them out because they're super, super good. Not as good as the last album? I don't think so, man. This one's pretty dang good. But, continuing on, I have two more little categories to show you, and the second to last one is games. Now, some of you will know this, but I have been really addicted to Days Gone. Like, in a very strange addiction. If we're talking about my strange addictions, this is mine right now. Like, I don't get why I have been so fucking addicted to Days Gone, but it's been like more than a month of playing this. I swear to you. I played it all the way through, loved every fucking second of it, and then after I was done playing it, I was like, shit, I'm not done playing it. I want to play it again. So I fucking told my friend Vic, hey, you should play this game so I can watch you. And when she wasn't playing it enough, I'm like, hey, Donna. Hey, Donna, you should stream this game because fuck, I want to watch people play it. So, like, not often can I say that a newer game gets on my list of favorite games, but Days Gone, without a question, is on that list. I think it's sitting at like number 18 or 19. It's so fucking good. Think Breath of the Wild, okay, mixed with zombies, mixed with Grand Theft Auto a little bit, mixed with the show, what is it? Sons of Anarchy, okay, because there's bikers, and then mix that with Oregon setting. It's set in Oregon. It's so good. It's very underrated. And the problem that people had with this game, I guess, like from the beginning, is that it had a lot of bugs, but playing through it, it had 0 bugs for me. So I think they fixed it. It was probably one of those situations like Cyberpunk, where they released it preemptively, it had a lot of problems, and then when they fixed it, no one gave a shit, no one wanted to play it. So I think that's probably what happened here, but I can tell you, it's fantastic. Super. Sons of the Walking Anarchy. Yeah, that's basically what this is. It's very good. Zoltron, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the crew, my dude. But yes, very, very freaking good. I also have been playing quite a bit of Hearthstone. Every single night, I want to say, I've been playing Hearthstone. Just as sort of like a brain teaser, kind of like making sure my brain still can do things. It's one of those type of games where like you have to use your noggin. And so the newest expansion was March of the Lich King. And they introduced...
Would you look at that?
Oh, that was very late. Wow. Zoltron. Thank you, though, for the Prime sub again. Yeah, so the newest expansion has Death Knights in it now as a playable class, which is really sick. And so I've been playing quite a bit of that. And then the final game that I wanted to highlight was I've been replaying Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, which I played, I think, when I was like 12. Like, I was pretty dang young when I played this game the first time. And I have been playing the remake of it, which I think holds up. Like, it is still a really great game. And man, I miss when games were simple like this, really. Like, I miss when games were just, okay, climb up a fucking building, do a couple of flips, like, maybe take on some sand enemy guys, and, like, figure out puzzles that have to do with parkour. Like, I really love it. And it was another one of those games that it's a little bit of, like, puzzle-y shit, so you do have to use your noggin, but the story's great, and the combat's pretty alright, so yeah. There's a remake. Well, it was for PS3, so I don't know if it's the same one we're thinking of. But yeah, I've been playing the PS3 like remastered versions. Back in my day, games didn't have to have all the cool stuff. We just endured them for the shoddy work, pretty much. Yeah. Yep. Let's see what else we got. Okay, yeah. So next on my favorites of the month of March is freaking food. I have. I don't know what's been going on with me, but I've been really enjoying, and this was the highest res image I could find of this, so I'm sorry. But there's this fucking breakfast burrito, dude, at my local taco place. That is out of this world, man. I've gotten it like weekly. And it's like $16, but it's a massive burrito. Super good. I have it for like 2 meals, you know, so I don't feel like such a fat ass eating a $16 burrito. But, okay, so we got chorizo in this bitch. We got fucking pico de gallo in this bitch. We got fucking little hash brownie boys, okay? We got taco sauce, salsa shit. Man, it's so good. Just looking... Oh, what's the cheese? I think it's pepper jack. Oh, it's so good. I'm horny looking at this image. It's that good. And also, I showed Wheezy this place. He didn't try these burritos, but we did go to this place, and he loves the tacos. So we'll probably get more real soon, because I'm craving it. And weirdly enough, I've also been having a lot of barbecue. Don't know why. We have a Dickie's barbecue really close to my apartment, and so I've just been taking my scooter there on occasion. And just having fucking pulled pork sandwiches. You know, like every once in a while, I just really miss Southern food. One of my ex-girlfriends was, like, her whole family was super Southern. And so they would make this shit all the time. And so I just kind of, like... Listen, I'm probably not weird in this. I think that a lot of you guys can probably relate to this. But you ever have, like, an ex that, like, maybe they listen to a certain band, and then after you break up, you don't want to listen to that band anymore? For me, it was Blink-182. Like, I could not listen to Blink-182 because I'd think of her all the time. And so it was like that for me with Southern food also, where, like, I just could not eat Southern food because I would think of her. But now, man, it's like I cannot avoid it. It's too goddamn good. And you know what? Whatever. Exes can't ruin everything. I just think of Kevin when... Oh, yeah, that's true. Kevin did love a good pulled pork sandwich. This is true. But yeah, I think that might be all. Let's see. What is this? Oh, right. I also had on my list my favorite YouTube video, which instead of highlighting one, I just kind of wanted to briefly talk about that I've been watching a lot of those guy that does a profession talks about his profession videos. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but like these are all over fucking YouTube. This one was probably one of my favorites, which was Blacksmith rates 9 forging scenes from movies and TV on how real it is. And so they have a lot of these. Like there's Polar Explorer rates 9 polar survival scenes. Pro Chef breaks down cooking scenes from movies. So I've been watching a lot of those type of videos, and I don't know why. They just kind of came up on my suggested one day, and I was like, sure, why not? But yeah, dude, like, it's been very interesting. Like, not only am I a huge movie buff, so it's interesting in that regard and seeing how accurate, like, certain scenes from my favorite movies are, but it's also just, like, kind of, you learn new cool shit. Like, I had no idea about, like, the intricacies of blacksmithing until I watched this video, and then I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's interesting. So, yeah, I would recommend it. I usually don't have, like, a YouTube video to show at the end of these segments. Like, so... I usually just say, yeah, I've been watching the same bullshit, because that's usually what I do, but I at least wanted to highlight this one, because it's pretty dang cool. But, homie, you never worked a forge. No, I haven't. Yeah. They're, one of the kind of like survival training course places in Portland has a blacksmithing course that you can take, but I never did it, which is kind of sad. But, yeah, that's where I'm going to end talking about these shits. This is why I usually like editing my videos so that I don't say, I'm going to leave off on these shits. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this monthly favorites video. Usually I also include kind of a my favorite thing, but I'm just going to kind of generally and vaguely say that for the month of March, it was all just kind of a good month. Like, no complaints. It was kind of just good. And I take that with a grain of salt. I try not to like overhype things, because usually what happens in my life is if I overhype anything, or if I be like, wow, it was the best month ever, like life really loves to slam dunk me the next fucking month. So if I'm just like, oh, it was all right, you know, then like the demon that's like purveying my life, I mean, like, ah, I'm gonna ruin your shit. Like he doesn't think that I'm too happy, so then he doesn't come and ruin my happiness. Big brain. You can't jinx things, guys. That's what I'm trying to get at here. But yeah, no, generally it was a very good month, and hopefully this continues. I won't try to jinx it, but yeah, hopefully it continues to be a good month. But that said, if you guys have any monthly favorites, make sure to leave those in the comments down below, or on my Discord in the monthly favorites section. Or, you know, I'm gonna probably stop recording this video, and then we can talk about things on my Twitch chat, which I will probably be doing these live more often. So yes, definitely follow me on twitch.tv/CaptainNestus. But that's it, guys. I'll see you next time, and fair winds.